Yeah, for exceL, it seems like similar to Method, they're like slow burners, right? They'll lose that pistol, they'll lose the first bar, and they'll start with a 0 to 5 deficit, and somehow, someway, they manage to claw it back. Windansky, for me, if you remember the games on Inferno, Windansky was always that player that stood out for the side of exceL, towards apartments, towards pit, on this map, on the CT side, is Windansky. Philip going to have another incredible performance.
I think that's fair to say. It definitely is true of the amount of damage he did. Even though he is supposed to be the support player, he was coming up strong with huge impact frags. As we are diving straight into the action now, exceL will be on that T side. Endpoint starting off on the CTs. Let's get into this, Nods.
Both stuck going to be buying up the smoke double flashbang as well. Is this going to be a B-rush or is it going to be a play towards that A site via apartments? Most teams do tend to go for the B-rush on pistol, and from there try and work out the magic following what they see.
Ooh. Max here instantly wants to try and get the opening frag. Imi actually does damage as well. So the in-game leader leads by example. And the opening round, trying to get more, but he's overwhelmed. But Stanley holding the action. Stanley is just popping heads right now.
Stanley with a big 3K there to lock off the middle. And now it's going to be Luz from the 1 versus 3. Chris with these pistols. The problem is, though, has to try and isolate 3 players. Spots out 1. So now he knows he can't really have a free entry towards the B side. Endpoint knows exactly where he is.
He's trapped from all angles. He is definitely a little bit dubious of where he wants to try and take this fight towards. He's actually going towards the A site. Now, Max is there. He's the only one on A right now. The rotate's coming in slowly. Fasher has luckily arrived on scene before Lazar went for the immediate burst. Smoke goes down. He pushes around. Max is low, but he can't even get a shot off. And Fasher shuts him down, punishes him with a pistol. Endpoint will get the opening pistol.
You saw Max down 7 HP. He's been dinked up there towards middle. And he's fallen back to a position where he's only showing his head, playing a headshot angle, denying any chance there for us to find an entry towards the A site and try and get the bomb down. Speaking of the bomb plant, didn't happen in the last round there for exceL, which means they will be going for the force buy here. Luz up. Can buy Deagle if he wants to, but actually he's going to be going for the Glock, it seems. Or will buy a CZ. Actually goes for the force as well, so surprisingly, if exceL loses one, we could be seeing no AWP for Luz. And really, when you think of keys to victory, right? Shout out to Rob. When you think of the keys to victory, you are expecting the AWP for Luz, especially on this T side as well. He's one of the players that goes for the picks. As you mentioned on the desk as well, in Season 1, he was one of the star players for the side of exceL with that AWP and really did set the pace for their T rounds.
It's true. He came in there to set a precedent, try and force the other players in his team to work around him. Windansky, though, trying to go for a bit of an audacious play as he wants to peek out from balcony, hope to find the early opener. That Deagle can be powerful, but he needs his teammates to aid him in some kind of distraction. Right now, early aggression towards Deep Banana as well.
You can see exceL right now leading with the Deagles. 1 Deagle towards B, 1 towards A. They're trying to see if they can find that first pick. Turn it into a 4 versus 5. Group together, try, play the trade game and swarm those sites as a group. Nevertheless, though, 50 seconds left on the clock here. In terms of utility, there's a smoke onto Luzza, flashbang onto both, so they can smoke off Arch, try getting towards the A site. Vice versa, they can smoke off towards CT, try getting towards the B site. Question is, right now, Jacob's mind, which site are they going to be ending?
So, seems like A is going to be where the play is going down. They tiptoe their way through. The only bit of utility they have is a flashbang on Boaster. Will be setting up to pop flash over towards Arch side. And Luzza with the smoke as they want to try and go for the face. Boaster primes himself with a flash. The flashbang will pop and they'll immediately kick off this attack. Imi, though, holding the angle. He's deadly as he snipes away with a FAMAS. A huge 2K, ready for the third, but Boaster will overpower him. He's incredibly low, though, and they're caught in an awkward location. Fasher's there, spams down in the rear, takes down Boaster. Luzza's grabbed the FAMAS, but he can't even fire off a shot from it. He will fall. Only 1 casualty for Endpoint. Another round goes their way.
And that was a 5-man force as well, which didn't prevail. They found 2 kills, but 2 kills isn't enough here, which means how is the T sides going to be structured from exceL when they don't have the AWP into the first buy round? Are they going to just take control of the map with flashbangs and smokes instead of using the AWP to lead the charge? I guess we're about to find out into the next round, but actually there will be a pause coming from exceL as is technical issue.
Bit of a tech issue coming through, so they will try and get that remedied and dive straight back into the action. It's a good little opener for Endpoint, though. Obviously, there was a lot of eyes on them. Everyone expecting a lot of stuff to come out from this lineup as they've been getting big results. They're the only UK team currently in Premier that have had, a few wins here and there. They're starting to get a bit of a better season going. It was a hard, tough start for them. So obviously through Gfin as well, coming with a big win on week 1. You need to try and further that. They've already got their heads set up for themselves. They need to try and get these consistent wins going on. exceL as well, struggling a little bit to find their footing. Definitely not as show voting as they were earlier on.
And that game as well versus Infused in week 1 was close. I feel like Infused lost themselves more than Endpoint won that game, if you can understand what I'm trying to say. The fact that they played their 2 versus 5 so poorly, whenever they had an advantage, they didn't really use good grenades, good trades. And for Endpoint as well, they had the lifeline of Stanley. We've already seen what he can do on one of these pistol rounds where he just has these incredible performances, 25, 30 kills. He's a very calm player as well. You saw on that pistol, right? He's been peeked by 3 people, you can see. He's aimed still, peeks out, lines up the head. Very slow and clinical play. Obviously, former Method player there. Back when they were the best team in the UK as well, and now it's up for grabs, really. Arguments for exceL, obviously, off of the 4th place finish from the Elite Series Season 1. Arguments for Method now, adding in surreal and crucial. But of course, we have to see how that team really does deliver. And then currently considered number 1 is Endpoint, just in recent form, past month or 2. Obviously, that isn't too long, but then again, 1 or 2 months in UK terms is years, essentially.
It's true.
It's true, though, isn't it?
It's an interesting sort of idea as well. The
like dog years and pet years, you know what I mean?
what dog years for UK Counter-Strike?
Yeah,
what, a month
basically.
together
Yeah.
as a team is 4 years.
Basically, yeah.
Oh. I can't remember what the calculation for dog years is.
I think it's like double or triple or something like that.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous, mate. But both of these dogs, of course, these teams. But it's interesting how this dynamic goes down, because this is the only sort of 2 teams we really have in the UK with very heavy sort of predominant coaches in terms of their strategical background, right? Well, you've got Jakey on Endpoint, you've got Ross over on exceL. As we sort of debating between ourselves a few times, we've had that discussion of sort of who is the most useful coach currently within the UK scene. Obviously, your allegiances lie with Ross there. You feel like he provides a lot of tactical insight.
Yeah,
I've always felt the same way about what Jakey provides for Endpoint.
I feel like Jake is the best coach for Endpoint, just because of how close friends he is with Imi. But then again, in terms of isolation, right? What if you took Jakey out of Endpoint and you try to put him into a professional? Oh, I say professional. What if you try to put him into a tier 1, tier 2 team? I feel like
Jakey's
Ross.
coaching Nip.
There you go, job done. But yeah, I would definitely. Would you agree with this? Would you say Ross would have more of an impact?
I think it's hard to call. Obviously, Jake, there's a lot of stuff sort of behind the scenes in terms of heat map, stuff like that. Ross is very more as well. I think Ross is quite useful in terms of how he can come in with a sort of a mental reset for players. In exceL, if they get a little bit overwhelmed, Boaster starts to get a little bit, he sort of takes that mental knock in rounds that don't really go their favor. Ross can reset them. Jakey, it's more, he doesn't sort of have to worry in that level. He'll try and keep players hyped if he needs to, give him a little bit of a pack on the back. But, sort of with Jakey, it's more, he'll come in predetermined with a setup.
And his job as well is done before the game's actually started, whereas I feel like Ross has more of an impact during the match. For Jake, it is really about, as you mentioned, the statistics, the heat maps, the knowledge going forward into the matchup, giving Imi as much leeway and leverage as he can against his opposition. In terms of the IGLs as well, Imi and Jakim. Jakim obviously used to AWP on the old edition of exceL before Luzza joined, back when it was Reason and another player, I can't remember. Was it? No, it was just, it was just Reason. He got moved. And, and then they added in Luzza to take the mantle of the primary AWP. And from there, it's all been up for the side of exceL.
Yeah, it's true. That's the thing as well. So that dynamic is interesting, how there's the different strategies of JKM and Imi in terms of callers on a one-on-one level. That's why this matchup, even though it is sort of, it's more domestic in terms of a UK environment, these 2 teams haven't really played against each other that often. I think, we don't really see them playing against each other in prac environments. They're not really playing actively at tournaments anymore because they haven't really met each other.
The only time they played was the WSG qualifiers, but that was when Endpoint had Thomas and Alex from LDLC.
2 altered lineups, yeah.
Yeah, and, how much leeway can you give to Endpoint for winning that when you are subbing in Alex from LDLC, obviously? But then again, right, that was the same map on Inferno, and it was when I watched that, it was 16-13, 16-12, so it was still close.
I think it was a close game for what it was, yeah.
But of course, that's Endpoint trying to mix it as well, not having their full lineup, where they can go back and file any of their tactics that they needed at that point. So, still, you can hear from the players there, no in-game sound from a few players, which means we are still waiting for this game to go live once again. But it's still a 2-0 advantage for the side of Endpoint. And for exceL, they do have 2,000 across the board, so they'll be ecoing this one into round number 3, so it's likely that Endpoint do have a 3-0 advantage.
Yeah, they need to try and work straight back into that as well. You can see Fasher there. He's just kicking back. He's lounging. He's ready for the action. He's chilled out. I think that's the sort of overall vibe between Endpoint right now as well. Everyone seems a little bit more relaxed. Stanley seems like he's feeling it. I think that's a good environment for them to be in. They play at their best when they're quite calm, yeah.
Initially, I thought YNC, maybe not YNC, maybe like Fasher would be the star player for the side of Endpoint, but it really feels like Stanley has taken that mantle as the star performer for Endpoint, where when his team needs him, he's the one that backs them up with the firepower that take them over the finish line.
Well, I think it's more sort of their dynamic, the fact they can rely on these players to bounce back and forth. Obviously, Fasher, in terms of sort of raw statistics, what he's done sort of obviously throughout his terms of in a mixed environment, just dealing damage, obviously
FPL.
making a name for himself off his raw talent. He's shown that. With Stanley, he sort of made that, but in a different way throughout the UK scene, building his way up. Obviously, Mirage, a map that he was quite famous for. He did a lot of damage on Cobblestone as well. He can be an incredibly impactful player, and he's always worked that into his environment.
Believe we are going live now as the pause is taken away, and there you have it. It will be the beginning of round number 3, 2-0 in favour of Endpoint. As I mentioned before, they did win the pistol and versus the force by the 5-man force by of that from exceL. Already they're trying to get some aggression towards middle. Again, early lead here for the CT side.
Yannick peeking out towards mid, just hammering down, so he'll be tagged down towards 80 HP right now, but they just want to make their presence known. Ideally, force exceL to do something a little bit random into this round. Let's see what they will actually opt to do so, though. Grouping up heavy towards mid. Seems like it once again will be a burst towards A.
Emi here with the FAMAS as well. We saw him get 2 kills prior when they try to go for the rush towards a long. Still just holding off towards Arch. YNC as well towards Boiler. Holding to see if anyone from exceL will peek him. In this scenario for Endpoint, they want 4 or 5 to stay alive and get kills those SMGs to really have their money run away with it.
Yannick and Emi, they're going to be quite crucial into this one. Emi struggling a little bit. Luckily, he will be able to be assisted by Yannick there, and they both find 2 frags each. Very nicely played. Stanley for the final blow as well. So they get through that with a clean house. No one goes down. The perfect way to play out that round.
Are they going to be keeping their SMGs in their arsenal, or are they going to be disregarding them and picking up rifles and AWPs? I guess we're about to find out here. Obviously, if you do bring forward the SMGs and you win this round, 4-0 up, you then have the SMGs to go versus the pistols again into round number 5, plus your money will be incredible. You're probably looking at, what, 7,000 easily, 8,000. And for your CT side as well, that is paramount. And as I mentioned before, they will be going for these SMGs. How are they going to play with the reduced firepower versus exceL? No AWP though onto Lazar. And let's see how they're going to be trying to adjust their T-sides accordingly.
Ooh. Connor, a bit of an awkward confrontation. We've seen in the past how he is incredibly useful at getting those opening picks towards Banana. He's done it single-handedly multiple times. Is he going to be able to achieve that against Endpoint, though? They get the early info. Max and Co immediately back off, though. They're not running any risks against Connor right now.
Ooh, double play towards apartments there. I actually quite like that. YNC will find the first. Both trying to go for the wallbang. Will tag up Stan just a little bit, but eventually we'll be able to fall back. 4 versus 5 now as Endpoint have the lead into this one.
This as well. This is where they're slightly staggered by as well, because they wanted to just try and carry those weapons over, play it out like more of a scout round, so they can build more cash off this. So Endpoint, nicely done to get that early frag. Good initiative.
Obviously something to catch exceL off guard. And now also, going forward into the remainder of this map, exceL are going to be terrified to go for that peak just in case there's still 2 there. So psychologically as well, will have its impact. Bomb towards T stairs will be picked up there by Jacob. Where's the bomb going towards B or towards A? Actually going to be going towards the A site. And as I say, that cast is cursed. They're going towards B. But there's no fake being sold by exceL. Endpoint can keep 3 players towards the B site if they wanted to. Try and see if they can defend the assault coming in now. 25 seconds left.
The utility they've been saving this entire time is going to be very, very handy for them as they can slow down this push even longer now. exceL, they're going to be forced to charge into the unknown. Flasher, flashbang goes out to try and slow them down. Nice position in play from Mighty Max here. He might lose his teammate, but he'll redeem himself with 1 frag, taking now Jacob. Imi also falls there. They've got 7 seconds. They need to try and recover the bomb and get it down. Oh no! They might have just run this way. They have! Connor can't plant. What a muddled up round. It all goes wrong.
The bomb dropped in the pond. And there you have it. They're going to be swimming with the fishes along with the bomb.
What a soggy round.
Exactly that. 4-0 now. As the money should be strong. You can see already 7,000 onto Stanley. 6,000 onto YNC. No AWP here for Imi. Doesn't really need to bring that one out just yet because they should be expecting pistols here for exceL. But actually, exceL did save 2 AKs. And with the bomb not going down, they're going to get no round loss bonus, which means for the rest of the half, the money's going to be quite strange here for exceL.
That was the least ideal way to possibly throw away a round ever.
Exactly, because if they lose this round here, into the next buy round, they're going to have 3 rifles, then 2 pistols again. So we're not really going to be seeing a full force buy for maybe another 2 or 3 rounds here from exceL. Bomb towards second middle here. Both going to be leading the charge, trying to find an entry onto Stanley towards Pit, but actually Stanley's no longer there. They're playing double, quad, 1 arch. And actually, an apps burst here from exceL would be such a strong call. There you have it, though. Stanley will eventually go down. It's going to be the man advantage for exceL.
Didn't spot the second player, though, Snar's playing close under, and that's going to be Yannick just holding the angle by Quad. If they push through, believing this is clear, it really could come back to bite them. But Imi's actually striked once again, finds Boaster. They're left in a 3 versus 3, but the Arsenal favors Endpoint so favorably. And Yannick, he's in a prime time angle to go incredibly huge into the round. Just needs to play with his initiative. He gets behind everyone, just sits in there. He's blissfully unaware of their location right now. But if he re-peeks, the timing set it up for him. He gets one, takes down Jacob. Connor has bypassed him, but they have so much to play with now.
YNC alone towards the A site. Imi has rotated off towards Speedway. The bomb will be planted, which means we could be seeing we will be seeing a fall by now for exceL, so they have dodged that bullet. But can they hold on to the site here? It's going to be Windansky alone towards Pit with the rifle.
Windansky can peek here as well. Oh, he went for the spray. Gave his position away and muddled it up a little bit here. The Molotov comes through as well. You can see him panicking. As Yannick will find the headshot faster as well. Dominant stuff. That was a crisp shot to retake the site. But as you said, exceL, they at the very least got a bomb plant. They can get cash. They can try and do something.
Fascist leaving Imi hanging there.
Ooh.
Crack starting to show. Now joking. Obviously, the bomb was planted, losing 4 rounds in a row, which means they will have $4,400 in their current account. So they can buy up if they wanted to, which they probably will do. Depends if they want to save for an AWP. And if they feel like an AWP from Lazar will be strong enough to try and mount this hurdle, which has been to try and get at least 1 round so far on the T side. Then again, for exceL, every single time we cast and watch them play on Inferno, it feels like the CT side is where it really goes right for them.
Yeah. It's always sort of been where they can sort of get some cohesion together, start to dominate. It's good teamwork. It seems that that's where things work a little bit better for them. They have more structure, and overall it does bode well in their favor. Windansky as well. It's looking like he's starting to get a little bit of energy behind him. He's getting that pump now. This is the thing as well, right? So with a player like Windansky and co, you need them to sort of pop off. They're a very emotional team. We've always seen that, but we said that. If you don't have players like Boaster and Windansky starting to be a little bit lively, get everyone else feeling the hype, it's a very somber environment otherwise. And that's where they sort of have disbelief in themselves and won't go for those bold plays that we're expecting them to.
Feels like as well for exceL, when the players aren't hyped up and raring to go, the comms lack as well.
Yeah.
Issue is, you have to have stability and consistency throughout, even if you're losing rounds. If you remember last week as well, on Cash, they had the crazy 1 versus 3 from Connor. And from that, they lost the anti-eco, and then everything just fell flat. Speaking to the players afterwards as well, they said the comms were awful because all of the players were deflated, essentially.
Yeah, that's the thing. They will take that mental hit quite easily, and it will slow them down. It will, it will knock it out of them. And that's where Ross needs to be able to reinvigorate them as well, get them back in the action, back into the mindset. And it seems like we will be diving back into the action now as well. Endpoint have sorted everything out. They are ready for the game to go back live. 5-round lead already in the favor of Endpoint. Can exceL stop this now?
So it will be the buy here from exceL on the T side. No AWP for Lazar just yet. Then again, how much impact could that AWP be having? We've seen a crazy round loss for exceL where the bomb was dropped in the water at the pond on the B site. I mean, imagine they win that, right? And they win the second round, they break the economy of the CT side, maybe there's a chance, right? The problem is, in these best of ones, Jack, when you have one thing go wrong, it can really escalate throughout the remainder of the game. Nevertheless, though, you can see Endpoint playing very passive towards Banana. They're going to be comfortable giving up control of Banana side of the B site. And Apps as well. It's going to be double quad play again from the side of Endpoint. So they're giving up Apps control, giving up control of Banana. Will that come back to haunt them?
Yeah, it's a good question. Let's see how it's going to go. exceL, once again, getting a little bit more aggressive, obviously rocking that default where they need to try and spam away, see if they can get an early tags out towards any aggressive stance players in apartments. Endpoint, though, they've dialed it back a little bit. They're just holding the angles that are favorable to them. They're waiting once again to see what the play is going to be like into the late round.
Still a 5 versus 5 for 1 at 5 up from the clock. Bomb again towards T-spawn. So exceL, they've called the default. They're trying to see if they can feel out Endpoint. Finding out where they're situating an AWP if they have one. Finding out if they're trying to play aggressive anywhere across the map. Try and get those AZ kills if they were holding for them. Smoke comes out now towards Arch. Imi going to be falling back. Has the M4 this time. No AWP. Max is rotating in from B towards Speedway. Which means he can now be a fast rotation towards the B side. But actually, Imi's feeling confident here towards A, so they actually be taking Max back towards B. 2 from Endpoint towards the B site, and 3 towards A. Here comes execution, a wall of smokes to block off the site, trying to isolate the players in pit.
Oh, little spam from Imi there, but no real connection, unfortunately, so he doesn't take anyone down or get any tags out. Yannick as well, trapped in the pit. He has support from Stanley, but then he's trying to stay alive. Nicely done as they both go huge and surround, but Luzzer trades it back with the spray down. They can now slip onto the site snods and get this planted.
In terms of the retake, there's no smokes and the player down as well. Imi finds one towards quad from Arch. Now the man advantage here. Kits as well. Molotov to flush out the player towards pit. Luzer's to go huge.
Oh, Luzzer, he finds a headshot on Fasher, who was set up perfectly for that one. It's him and Windansky last alive. Luzzer is popping heads. He's incredibly crisp. He's ruining everyone that comes towards him. Max is the last man left standing, and now he's just laying on the ground. Luzzer with the ace. Dominant stuff from the man.
And that's what you need. We mentioned how some of these players can go huge for the side of exceL, but they need consistency behind it. You can't just have one player playing incredible 1 week and another player stepping up again another week. You need 2 or 3 players stepping up to be able to match the firepower from Endpoint. Yes, they won a round, but at what cost, right? 2 staying alive. You can look at the money here as well. Windansky, the player, the richest player, probably outside the game as well, but currently in this round has 3,000 in the bank for the side of for exceL. So if Endpoint can win this, reset the money, and this could go south. Imi there. Strange play. Trying to go for the peak towards second, but gets stuck in the door. Bit too lanky for apartments.
He's a bit tall. He's barely brushed his, I would say his hair, but I guess the top of his head. Connor just holding towards bottom banana, waiting for the push to come down right now as they will face together. He gets the initial spam off, takes down Max. So this is a very good round so far for exceL. They furthered what was a bit of a lucky one with Luzzer getting the ace to the prior round, but if they pick this up, it's going to be very effective for them.
Bomb outside apartments as well towards second mid. You can see as well, Bo's just holding for the op, making sure no one tries to go get it from Endpoint. YNC playing again, close towards Boiler. But once more, they're going to be leaving Fasher alone towards their B side. Stanley playing towards, I was going to say Arch, but actually goes back towards Speedway, rotating towards the B side, which means Endpoint are expecting a hit towards B. Okay, so what they're trying to do here, Jack, is they're rotating everyone towards B. If exceL go towards A, you save. If they go towards B, you have 3 players there. They're trying to cut their losses.
So, play coming through. There's only one man lurking behind. That's Connor towards Banana. Oh, they've actually fully committed for it, Stons. They've gone for the wrap round. Oh, they've got their knives out as well. If they haven't read this correctly and believe this could be an A play, this would be incredibly awkward. Yannick, the elevated angle, gets one. He's ready for more as well. The bomb is down. They double face. Stanley gets that shot off. Stanley for more, but he wasn't meant to do it. Will fall. It's up to Fasher. And luckily, there's the kill from Windansky.
5-2. exceL able to chain these rounds together. It got fairly close there. Obviously, they try to outsmart Endpoint. The problem was that Endpoint went for a high-risk, high-reward play, 50-50 in terms of rock, paper, scissors. If they went towards A, it's fine. You save your guns to the next round. If they go towards B, brilliant. You have 3 players there. The whole team that's left alive defending the B site. Nevertheless, though, the kills do shine in favor of exceL. 5-2. It's going to be a half buy, quasi buy. And they have 5 smokes as well. So the reason behind this is you're trying to delay exceL. Force them with 30 seconds left, 25 seconds left towards B or towards A. But one thing as well is, after all these smokes have been used, you generally have an idea as to where exceL are and where they're probably going to be ending the round and trying to assault. The question is, can they hold off the aggression for 1 more minute?
That's true. So, the investment there as well, obviously with the smokes and the CZs, they can pack a lot of damage with these weapons. We've actually seen Endpoint as well. A lot of the players on this side, we're looking more commonly to sort of players like Stanley, Max as well, Fasher and Koga. They can do a lot of damage with these CZs in close range. They're very effective.
Yeah, and actually, if you use the smokes as well, which they still have 5 of them, so they can continuously rotate the smokes towards middle. But it means you can get close to the smoke. If there's 25 seconds left and you throw out that smoke, exceL are forced to go through it. You can play close to that with the CZ.
Nice as well, because exceL, they haven't forced out any nade usage from Endpoint. So it's only now those smokes are getting used. It's going to burn off for an incredible amount of time. Oh, but they are backtracking round. They want to try and go for the old Lampoon play. Regroup and hit the B site.
Again, you can see these smokes working for Endpoint. They're going to be tunneling exceL towards B. The question is, though, there's no smokes left towards the B site. 20 seconds, though. Let's see if Fasher can do it.
They're both playing on a close angle as well.
He's still smoked.
And Jacob's coming round. This is giving him all the information he needs. He kills Jacob. He can now grab the AK, support from long range. Max and Co are in prime time angles. If they find these frags, it goes their favor. They've won the round off the back of the spam from Max. Everything goes in the favor of Endpoint. Windansky the last to fall. What a play.
And Banana was still smoked as well. And there you have it. That's why the 5 smoke setup is so strong in Inferno. 25 seconds left. exceL sell that fake towards the A side. They try to come back in towards B, but Banana was still smoked off. So it will go 6-2. Buy comes out from exceL. It's a late buy as well. Maybe they were talking to each other. Not quite too sure why, but nevertheless, they'll be late out the gates. 3 upgraded pistols, 2 AKs, as well as all they have left in their bank and their what's left of their assets. If they lose this one here, Endpoint get to 7-2, force an eco. This could be a very one-sided affair.
Yeah. Oh, the push coming fast in though. They're risking it all right now. It's a bit cheeky as they do sprint round quad and go for the face. You can see Lazar left with 6 HP after that one. A bit of a gamble.
Still the 5 versus 5. The Lazar is low, 6 HP for him. 1 minute 20 on the clock. Obviously, it feels like time has been a very big factor into this one. The fact that exceL now 2 rounds already after 9. They haven't had time to plant. Minute left on the clock here. 3 towards A, 2 towards B this time from Endpoint. A good read again. It seems like they always have 4 when they need it. Maybe they have a nice shot there. Connor trying to go for the jiggle peek, but actually, maybe not showing his age there.
It's a bit of a shame as well. The next kill comes through. They trade it back and they get left in a 4v4. They've got a lot of map control here, actually, depending on how they play this. But look at this double setup towards the A site. Max with the A to Yannick. You do not want to walk into this.
Lazar is low, so is Windansky. Wine, Seek it easy, line these players up.
Oh, Max coming in. Oh. Goes down. Jacob goes in huge there as he finds that frag. You can see Windansky also dispatching Yannick's nods. It's a 2-player retake.
They were never expecting the play towards Arch there from exceL, catching them off guard. And now Imi and Fasher can save towards B. Left speechless as well, saying how on earth can that happen? No trades. I mean, Lazar's low, Windansky's low, but somehow, some way they creep up and they get the drop onto the A side.
Yeah, an unexpected round. Obviously, I assume more of a fight coming out from Max there, but immediately gets removed from the equation in a matter of seconds. They at least, they'll still get through this round with a lot of cash there. You've also got the AWP on Imi.
Have you seen that skin before? Look at that.
That's quite jazzy, isn't it, mate?
So something that's worth, what, 25 grand in art gallery?
Yeah, probably.
I'm trying to think of the word, but I can't remember what it was. My goodness. Modern art, what's it called? There's a term for it.
What, for modern art?
Yeah.
Modern art?
Maybe.
Abstract?
Cheers. Abstract, there you go, yeah.
There he is.
What can I say? 6-3, round number 10. That's all I'm here for. You talk now, Jack.
Yep. Ooh. The buys now. Cheers, Nods.
Cheers, right.
Back in the action, though, is going to be rotating over. Imi, let's see if he is going to try and go for this audacious play once again with the AWP. He got the early opener last time. Connor actually not been able to do as much as we expect him to towards Banana. Straight in, him and Max going through. The Molotov will cancel it out. Ooh, Windansky caught off guard there.
But now Endpoint do have control of Banana. They can smoke this off. They can leave Imi alone towards Banana if they want to, with the AWP holding the long-range angle. But actually, they're going to be keeping 2 players here. And could that be their downfall? As exceL line up the flashbang towards quad and eventually can smoke off. Well, they might actually just go for a reflash, and they do. Here it comes, fast play towards quad, towards A.
Oh, Stanley can be naughty in this scenario, but Connor, that was so swift as he domes him, just rips him a new one. Instantly, Yannick as well, though. He's on the elevated angle. He tries to hammer down, but he'll only get 1 frag. It's a 2 versus 3 retake. An awkward spot to be in. Max and Imi, the duo, they've been together for so long, but can they win this round?
2 versus 3. They have the kits, smokes, Molotovs as well to try and flush out exceL if they need to. One that goes out towards Pit, but they won't find any players just yet. Boast is going to spot them out as well.
Oh, flashbang goes in. Max gets the early opener. Jacob fires back. Imi, unfortunately, too far away to aid. Max there has to save.
That flash was perfect there from Imi. Boaster was blind for a minute there. Looked like that Endpoint could claim it. Nevertheless, they will go 6-4 as exceL, after being in a 5-0 deficit, are starting to bring this one back slowly but surely. exceL are good at grinding out these rounds. After boot camp at the Windansky establishment, they obviously spent hours and hours drilling over strats. They mentioned last week as well the fact that they went over these strats, but they couldn't actually quite have the timings as well as they had online. When they came to the stage, So, another timeout here from Endpoint. And that will actually break the momentum here from exceL. They've won a few rounds of the trot here.
It's true. Coming back in off a bit of an awkward situation, obviously. We saw Max go huge for CZ in close range for second oranges. Completely turns the game on its head. The reset came back through from exceL, and they're starting to be able to get some momentum now finally. And their economy was so broken this entire game, so now finally they've been left in a scenario where they do have cash to play with. This is where it gets a bit scary. They can afford to go for the buys that work for them. Obviously, they're a team that requires a lot of investment to win rounds.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. The reason being is they're very tactical heavy. They need the grenades. They need the money for the utility to be used to take control of the map. They need the money for the AWP for Lazar.
The AWP for Connor as well, as we see
Connie,
that common double AWP.
And double AWP is good on Inferno. AWP towards B, AWP towards A. A thing as well, it feels like whenever we cast exceL, Jack, we always say it seems like they always win 4 or 5 rounds in a row, but then they lose 4 or 5 rounds in a row as well. It seems like they're so...
Like they've got a pocket with a hole in it, and they keep putting stuff in, it keeps falling out.
Exactly, and when they finally realise it...
It's too late.
It's too late.
Pound coins everywhere, it's nuts.
Make sure you disregard your odd ones, though. Anyway, 6-4 now. 2-round advantage here for Endpoint still. As we go into round number 11, it's going to be 5 AKs for them. Jacob gets tagged down low from those grenades. But then again, Imi, the only player here with the AWP, the firepower, and the Kevlar as well to back it towards the A site. exceL, they're waiting for the smoke to fade towards B. The Molotovs, the utility being used to clean out all these angles. And eventually seems like they will be contacting in towards B.
Max is there, waiting with support once again from Fasher, but they don't really have long range to play with. They only have these close range pistols. Max loses his head instantaneously as well. Bogues are going to take him down. The rotate has to come through. The CTs will be moving around. Imi should just go for the save here as well, though. No one else is really invested, so they can try and get something out this round. Get a few kills here and there if possible. Find a couple of exit frags in exceL, but Imi just needs to save the AWP.
Essentially, no real reason to give the AWP away. Obviously, if Imi was to go for this and he gave the AWP to Lazar, that is exactly what exceL would want. Fash here towards Ruin, trying to see if he can get some exit kills. Trying to see if he can keep players towards the default site so they die to the bomb, potentially. It seems like another clean round here from exceL. 5 staying alive, so the money to be good.
I mean, if they're not silly, they should all just exit together towards Banana, but they do actually take the fight. They're going to run straight through. Connor gets that kill, but they do get traded.
Well, that was very, very clean. They smoked out CTs, they cleared out Ruin, and then they cleared out CTs, so. exceL, show tactics to save as well.
Honestly, I honestly reckon we could come back and beat with in a buy round. You just sit and cover everyone. If we get that one kill, it's
Into the mind of Joe Ducky loose.
There you go. What goes through a man like Lazar? I think we can just rush B. Let's see if they've got the balls to do it, though. Are they going to go for the fast play towards Banana? He sits coils every round. Can they smoke it off? Go for an execution, try and catch the players off guard? Let's find out.
Oh, Lazar leads the charge. He seemed to want to try and find a cheeky little entry frag. Meanwhile, Imi smoked off. He won't get anything with his AWP, but he does still fire off a warning shot.
Now they know the AWP is towards A. And that could be a sign as well to go for a contact play instead of an execution. If you know that someone's AWPing the B site on, especially on B site Inferno, you want to execute upon it. Smoke off coffins, smoke off CT, molly out back boxes and whatnot, but actually some counter aggression here from Endpoint.
Talking about mollies as well, that was an incredibly nicely done one. You can see that it lobbed over, instantly falls into Windansky's location. The panic, the hoo-ha, he had to fall back, but he took a lot of damage.
Endpoint, they were hoping to get kills with that Molotov, try and see if they can isolate players towards top Banana, but instead, they do take control of it though. Another smoke comes out, that's an extra 15 seconds, 20 seconds taken off the clock here for exceL.
Set themselves up once again. The flashbang's going to be going over as they jump face it. Imi's there, misses the opening shot, caught on the fallback as well, so he gets slowed down as they tag him up. He's got to try and smoke on the molly. Oh, he leaves it active, and we'll just rotate back around towards Library and try and play from a different angle.
4 towards A from Endpoint. Max, though, will retreat back towards the B site. Jacob and Co towards Arch, but to test Imi's AWPing skill again.
Oh, suspicious when they're going to face. Lazar outplays him. He doesn't even need an AWP, just rifles him down. Yannick as well, sitting in pit right now. Stand the elevated angle himself, will claim one. Yannick gets another frag, but he wasn't ready for the sheer overwhelming numbers that charged into the A site there.
2 versus 3. The site is theirs. There's a count on Mighty Max, but Connor towards Boiler should be able to clean up these kills. Oh, actually sprays a bit too preemptively there. Knows exactly where Fasher is as well. Goes for the second one at that. 6-6. Initially a 5-0 advantage for Endpoint, but it seems like in these buy rounds, exceL methodical plays have really been catching Endpoint off guard.
Yeah, they're starting to tie it back up. I mean, they're getting themselves into a level playing field. It's definitely potential for exceL now to reset themselves, actually keep going off the back of the hype they've built. This is going to be round number 7, unless Endpoint pull out some kind of CZ shenanigans again.
That's the point. They were 5-0 up. They win that crazy round with the 5 smokes, and from there, things haven't really gone in their favor. 6-6 now. exceL, they want to finish this half off in their favor. 8-7 is a bare minimum.
Stanley, close range proximity with a CZ is always deadly, but he doesn't really like the cards he's been dealt, so we'll fall back towards the site. Luzzer as well. We haven't seen too much of the AWP in play, but now it's in his hands. I can assure you he'll find some beautiful openers.
Trying to lead with the AWP. Ooh, that's a nice double dink there. If only we saw that precision with the AWP. Nevertheless, they try to go for the second, but actually eventually traded out. Weinstein gets caught off guard by Wendanski. We're into the 3 versus 3.
Oh, Stanley as well. Unfortunately, he's getting the tags out, but it's not quite a frag. Max, the only one with a rifle. He's behind everyone. Max could be incredibly massive into this round, actually, depending on the angles they decide to hold.
There's a flash and a molly as well. Can molly out Pit, flash for his teammate, but actually Fasher and Max, they both pick up rifles here, and they both have Kevlar to back this one up here, Jack. This could be a massive upset.
I've known Mighty Max for a while, Snods. If there's one situation he's good in, it's a situation quite like this. Let's see, though. Actually, no, it was all a lie. He's dead. He's
Yeah.
killed by Wendanski.
Hashtag no new friends, it seems. You've been lied to, mate.
I know. Been let down by the average Max once again.
No longer the mighty, it seems, on this lineup.
You are no longer mighty, now average.
It seems like he's really taken a step back from the limelight there on this lineup. It feels like we're always talking about Fasher and Stanley being the star players, whereas previously in all the other iterations, it was Max. Yes, exactly. Anyway, they're up towards the B side this time. Ooh, spots out Connor's head, but actually gets tagged through the smoke just a little bit. Fasher, leg down to 60. Max gets put as well towards middle.
Oh, Max with a HE. Could be good. Was fairly good.
This is different. So now Imi's playing towards B, and Max is taking the mantle of Arch. Endpoint trying to restructure their CT defense, as exceL have managed to bring this one back to a lead. Connor does find the kill onto Imi once again. It's going to be the man advantage once more.
All the flashbangs coming over. Fasher here, trying to get the response kill, but it was not meant to be. Connor will take him down. B site completely open. Max has only just arrived on the scene of the crime. The smoke's there, but he pushes through. A bit of a bold play, playing around it. He isn't on display. They don't know his location, but Boaster was hoping for the best. Went for the spam through. You can see the rotate's completely cut off as well, though. There's no way they can try and support him. They have to just fall back and save. And he might struggle to do that as well. Jacob's there.
Spots out one player. Ooh, eventually connects it. There you have it, Max. Surely that should have been calmed, but nevertheless, he did get one for his endeavor. So Endpoint are going to be saving 2 guns into the next round here, and that's going to be the final one at that. exceL at 8, they guarantee to win the half from losing the pistol, losing the first buy round as well. They lost that round, if you remember. Bomb dropped in the pond, so this could have been a 10-5 half.
I do remember. It was a soggy site, Snods.
So they got slapped in the face by a wet flannel.
Or a moist towelette.
Towelette?
Yeah.
Or is that a female towel?
No, it's a towelette, mate. It's like a moist owlet.
Fair enough, mate. Final round of the first half. Luzzer trying
to blow down the house.
There you go.
He's always causing a storm.
It's his hair, mate. You can see it's been caught in something, isn't it? Gust of wind's done that. Let's see what the curly-haired boy can do. Has a great spawn to peek towards Banana as well if he wants to take it.
Luzzer. Seems like he will try and risk it, actually. Immediately up Banana, try and go for the early phase. Zimi's not there to try and take the fight against him, though. There's no AWP in play for that CT side. HE comes in. Connor and Boaster are incredibly low.
So they know that Fasher's left top Banana, which means it should be clear for them. Do they instantly try and take advantage of that and try walk in B, let Luzzer lead via contact? But they're slowing this one down. Wendanski going back towards apartments. Jacob as well towards second mid. So they could try and sell a fake towards A, and then regroup back towards the B side. Endpoint losing one of their smokes early on. There's still a minute left on the clock. The question is, does Fasher have a smoke? Which he does, but then again, they have to re-smoke it at about 1 minute or 55 seconds. So exceL can definitely go for a contact play towards B towards the end of this round.
They haven't drawn out a lot of utility from Endpoint though. Time's ticking away, Snods. There are still smokes in their back pockets. It's just the one now on Yannick, but nevertheless that could still burn off a lot of time depending on the site that they choose to hit. They set themselves up for that old play we saw previously as well. The smokes come over, the free smokes to block off lines of sight on A, and then go for the strike.
No more smokes though towards B. How are they going to play this one? Is Lazza going to be walking into the B side in a second? Imi was going to go towards B, but actually his gaze has changed. Oh, the timing! Now that there's only one player towards side, they can smoke off Coffin and try to isolate the player on default.
Endpoint only just realizing as well that it is going to be a play towards B. They weren't quite sure, so the rotate's late. Max could stab so hugely though. The support of Imi as well. It's gone massively in their favor. Lazza with the AWP is the deciding factor at this point, essentially, as Lazza is popping away, but there is no time. He cannot recover the bomb, cannot find the kills. They will go through a close half though, down to the wire.
That's 3 times in one half. exceL are beaten out by the clock. Still though, 8-7 for exceL. Good half from them on the T side. They lost the pistol. That could have been much worse.
It could have been. That's the thing. exceL brought it back from essentially the jaws of defeat because Endpoint was setting themselves up for so many incredible rounds, especially off the back of that reset round when we saw Max go huge with the CZ here. This is where I thought it was going to completely turn the tide of the game.
Yeah, when they won that round with the CZs, I thought as well, there you have it. They've reset the money. They're going to force exceL into some weird 2 AK, 3 pistol buy, and that could be the end. But actually, somehow, some way, exceL, they kept their composure. They won that round with the 2 AKs and the 3 pistols. If you remember, they rotated in through Arch. They caught Max off guard.
Yeah.
And from there, it just seems like Endpoint lost all the momentum they had in that first half.
Yeah. All the rounds that should have been going their way just crumbled away, and they were left with a really awkward setup in a lot of scenarios.
But you could say the same for exceL. They lost 3 times to the clock. This could have been a 10-5 half.
And that's the thing as well, that slow style of CS that they wanted to try and adapt to play, obviously, it's working for them. But Endpoint haven't really been baited into using any utility. It's a slow style of CS that exceL are running, but they're not really forcing out any nades. They're not getting any advantage from the slow style of CS.
Wendansky buying the smoke and kit. Max being the utility player here alongside of Imi. 2 sets of smokes here. Where are they going to be using them? 4 players for exceL towards B.
Oh, Lazza sniping down early on as this push comes through towards B. Jacob, if they kill him here though, they can at the very least secure a bomb plant, but he's still getting frags. Somehow, he's just popping heads. Imi will eventually take him down in the battle of the in-game leaders. They slip on towards the site and they can get it planted, sure, but they're outnumbered 2-1.
Imi has no cover as well as the smokes, who can smoke off towards Mini Pit. But it's a 4 versus 2. Someone here has to go absolutely huge.
He needs to work out what he wants to do with his utility sharp as well as this push is coming through. He's going to try and play close on the site as this push comes around. Hammering down on the P250, gets one somehow, falls into the smoke as well. Imi stays alive. He's pulling magic out of the hat right now. Somehow, he will eventually go down. The defuse is there, a bit of a wacky round. But exceL get the opening pistol and set themselves up for a dominant lead here.
An incredible 2K there towards Banana from Lazza. It seems like he's really stepping up and finding his form. It's either Boaster, Connor, or Lazza. Seems like it's Lazza's day today. Wendansky's usually so strong and a great anchor towards the A site. On the CT half here, let's see if he can keep to that normal form.
These buys coming back through as well. The exceL buy is actually a bit intriguing, I must say. 2 MP9s and MP7, 2 Famasis nuts.
Yeah, so for Lazza, obviously, with the AWP, you have the SMG to stack up cash. Then again, do exceL have something in mind for this next buy round?
Ooh, bit awkward, but Connor luckily was on the receiving end. He knows how to fire back as well. Support of him and Wendansky, the Irish infantry, are just ripping through everyone. And it will be a very nicely played round. They shut it down.
5 players staying alive for exceL, which means they don't have to drop any weapons over to their teammates. All they have to do is rebuy their utility. Questions to be answered here though, Jack. Are they going to be keeping 4 of the SMGs? We've seen every team so far do it. It seems like they're going to be going along with it as well. No AWP for Lazza. Instead, it buys full utility and has the MP9. Are we going to see some aggression towards apartments, towards Banana with these SMGs? Or are they going to try and get away with a standard round? Oh no. He should have peeked there. We had time. Max had a nade out. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. Lazza towards apartments as well, trying to get aggressive. But aggression towards Banana. Connor finds 2.
Lazza as well. Waiting to do even more damage. There's the headshot. Snapshot takes down Max. Yannick can trade it back, but it's just Yannick and Imi remaining. He has the AK to play with here. They will try and tiptoe out and see if they can at least achieve something in the round.
He's only on 20 HP though. One shot from these rifles will take him down. Going towards quad there, but do they expect the play from Jacob? No, they don't. Missed a lot of shots there, but eventually we'll get the kill. And now it's just Imi in the 1 versus 3.
Seemed unaware entirely of what was going on in that scenario, so we'll fall to Jacob. Imi trying to trade it back, eventually gets it, but still, look how low he is. It's a repeat of history once more as he's stuck on the bomb site. He will be able to get it down, so they're still getting cash, but will they get around? Nice molly play, but they're going to run into it. He wasn't quite ready to unleash.
11-7. Imi shaking his head. They won that round after losing the first player, 5 versus 4, and they had the SMGs as well. You couldn't ask for more. For exceL, you are going to have money in the bank. You have 2 players stay alive. We should be seeing, what, 8,000 to Lazza, 6,000 for Connor. Obviously, Lazza rebuying the M4 this time. Not even go for the AWP. He knows the Endpoint are going to be on pistols in a weak buy. So, Fasha here, 9 kills once again. Last week, a poor performance this week as well. Online in Premier, he played incredible on Inferno, but we need to see him get comfortable here on the stage. He needs to be delivering Endpoint. They look like they're missing something in the Elite Series so far.
Yeah, it's not really all on display right now. It's looking a little bit lackluster, especially when Lazza is just able to snipe away towards mid. He will eventually fall to Fasha. Fasha, the only one that seems to really be defying what the CTs are showing right now as he hammers down the Deagle. Some crisp shots, even doing damage with a scavenged M4. Yannick as well comes into effect. What is going on?
Wendansky now in the 1 versus 3. All the players are low here from Endpoint. Here's a kid and a smoke, but there's a gap in that with smoke there. Gets split out. They know exactly where he is now. Nearly an impossible round for him to win.
Oh, Wendansky gets the headshot off. Flashbang goes in, Stanley and Yannick are low, but the fact is, 2 versus 1, so many angles to clear, not a lot of time. It's going to be a bit of a judgment call, and it seems like he will opt to just back off. The smarter play here.
Last week, they had Stanley to carry them forward over the finish line. This week, who's it going to be? Fasha with an incredible round there, gets 3 entries towards the A side, just as I was harping on him as well for not stepping up. He's the one to really deliver when it's needed and actually give Endpoint another lifeline back into this one. Winning that round of pistols, which means they already have money in the bank. You win with pistols, you retrieve the rifles off the dead bodies from exceL, and now look at the money for the CT side. The buy's going to be weak, and actually this is going to be going for an eco.
That's not a great spot to be in as well. That CT side economy, it's very fragile. It can break quite easily.
Control towards top banana here again from Endpoint, mimicking exactly what we saw from exceL. From most teams as well, it seems like the current meta, you take control of banana, then you can take control of middle, and then from there you really do opt to where you want to end. Lazza being the only player of Kevlar into this round with the CZ and Flashbang. We saw Endpoint try and utilize 5 smokes, but this time it's just going to be pure firepower from exceL if they want to win it.
That shot comes through from Stanley there. He'll eliminate Wendansky. Little boost for Connor so he can hold the angle. I don't know if that's going to be as effective with the Deagle though. It's quite fast play as they sprint their way through. That Deagle you need to be very precise with.
And loud.
Yeah.
Execution towards the B site here. Let's see what they can do.
Themselves ready now. The Molotovs are coming in. Let's see if Connor is going to pay off from this height and angle. Hammer down. Actually, yeah, makes it work as he finds the initial kill. Stanley will trade back. Lazza just sitting through the fire and flames right now. Goes massive with the opening CZ frag. They get into a bit of an awkward position as well. Imi, so focused on getting the bomb down, didn't clear second oranges. Gets punished because of this. Bolster eventually falls. There's no bomb plant for Endpoint, but they get the round.
11-9. Endpoint only 2 away. If they'd lost that round of the pistols and it was 12-7, you know, going into the remainder of that second half, you are favoring exceL, but now there's definitely an argument for both teams to be closing this one out. Round number 21 here, it's going to be 5 AKs from Endpoint, no AWP for Imi just yet. Obviously, and the CT side didn't really have too much of an impact. It had a nice start to the half. But nevertheless, it will be the FAMAS there for Boaster, AWP again for Lazza. So, how is he going to be utilising that one? Goes to the peak towards middle, actually. Peeking towards bench. Spots up the toe from Fasha. Lines up the hip. And he does find the first. The man advantage once again for exceL on the CT side.
Grouping themselves up as they try and go for this burst play out of balcony, but Boaster will get the initial frag. Trying to get more as well. It's a huge tag on Stanley, but quick converted. Lazza misses this shot with the AWP. Falls as well. Everyone gets blown away on the bomb site. And all of a sudden, it's in favour of Endpoint.
From a 3 versus 4, somehow, some way, Endpoint have turned the tides. Connor and Wendansky, the 2 Irishmen, to try and change and battle the odds here. No kit, just a smoke and flashbang. As they're still going to go for it though.
Connor here. Trying to work out what exactly was going on, see if there's anyone in any close range angles. He could attempt to find a couple of exits, but they realize it's safer for them if they just leave, keep on what they've got, rather than worrying about trying to deny cash for Endpoint.
11 to 10. exceL seem to be letting this one slip away at their fingertips. Only one round now separating these two teams. They will save 2-4s, and actually they can drop over, I believe. How many rounds in a row is that now? 3 in a row, which means they have 2.9k, oh sorry, 2.4k. So they can't drop. Obviously, if you lose 4 on the drop, then you have that 3.4k loss bonus. If you save a rifle, obviously an M4 costs 3.4k, you save your Kevlar, so you can drop over weapons. But instead, it's just going to be another quasi-buy, backed up by the rifle saved by exceL. And the AWP picked up from Laz's dead body now onto Imi.
More Stanley going straight in, trying to find these initial opening frags, but they fell back just in the nick of time.
Control of top banana once again here from Endpoint. Connor and Wendansky, both rifles towards B. We saw the same sort of stack happen from Endpoint where they put all their eggs into one basket towards B. And it seems like exceL are going to be copying that. Both the rifles here, if there's a chance to win the round, he's definitely putting them here, but look at Imi here, going for the first pick.
Oh, Imi gets the contact pick, takes down Connor. Wendansky's there, wants to avenge his fallen brethren right now as he'll reshuffle round, play from coils. The rotates come in as well. He has support from Laza.
Still the man advantage with a minute left. Smoke comes out again towards Banana, but it will fade eventually. Laza picks up the rifle from Connor's body, and a good boost here as well. Only show the head, so this could definitely work here for exceL. Let's see if they can get the kills.
Seems like they are going to commit to it as well. Will be that play towards the B-side. Flasher with the entry. There's the response from Wendansky. Wendansky gets more!
Oh.
Sprays and prays, but eventually he couldn't quite get him. He will go down. It's Bolster and Jacob now to attempt to retake this. They're armed with a CZ. No utility, no armor either. This isn't great for them, Snods.
Can just go for exits here. Obviously, they have nothing to lose. No Kevlar, no real firepower, just CZs, which at their disposal. Try and see if they can take some more money out of the bank from Endpoint. At best.
Just going to hold these close angles. See if anyone from Endpoint does try and exit a little bit early, a little bit flamboyantly, so they can try and punish them. They're going to exit together. They are quite wary of these angles in play, but Jacob plays his cards perfectly. Jacob with a double kill as well. If they take down Imi and secure the AWP, this would be a huge round, but Imi ready for it. Jacob dived in front of him and gets punished because of it.
There was no time there. That's why Endpoint weren't expecting the push to come in. Obviously, the 10-second time before the defuse had passed. But still, the job is done there. Even though Imi got the 2 kills, he does die to the bomb. So in terms of economical damage, it was successful from exceL, but then again, 11 to 11 now. Tactical pause from exceL, and it should be a strong one out of that. They had the 4-round advantage, they let it slip versus the pistols. Now they need it. And as they're going for some lucky taps there, touch wood.
Some little slaps, little hand-warming slaps.
Letting out the frustration.
It's a common sort of knowing that if you're an AWPer, if you slap the desk 3 times, you can scope in for a 3rd time.
Exactly. There you go.
There is a little hidden 3rd zoom, mate. You can zoom into the universe
Go on then.
with the AWP scope. You have to just hold down the right click a little bit longer.
What happens if you don't press any of the left or right, or if you don't click in at all?
You lose.
There you go.
You lose. It's called doing a prophecy. Wee. But tactical timeout, obviously, for exceL. They want to try and work out what they need to do. And they need to restructure something, right? Because it's not a fluke at this point. It's not losing rounds into the afterplant. They are just losing rounds. They can't quite get it together. There's no real structure in a few of these scenarios. They're just getting overpowered. Let's see what they're going to opt to do.
20 kills from Imi. Great performance so far from him in the second half. Obviously, on the CT side, there were gaps in his play, but it seems like he's really woken up when push has come to shove here at 11 to 11. Let's see if Imi can be the defining factor to pull Endpoint over the finish line. AWP for Laza and for Imi. Are we going to be seeing the AWP versus AWP battle? Smoke comes out towards Banana, but actually Imi's going to be pushing it.
Imi made his presence known now as well, but Laza has still not fired any warning shots, so he's unaware that he's going up against an AWP towards Banana. The peak will be coming around as he scopes in close on the angle, just waiting for the smoke to dissipate, or if he's going to try and push through. Flash is there as well. The smoke's fading though with the timing. This could be awkward if he peeks into it. He will get one, ready for the second as well, but they smoke it and opt to just leave. I'm so close to connecting that on Imi as he crosses as well.
They don't want any of that. Going to be changing their approach towards the A site now, grouping together as a 4, going for the contact play. They can let Imi lead of the AWP if they want to, up quad, trying to find that first kill, but look at this, there's 4 players towards the A site from exceL. They've read it perfectly.
Try and take that control towards Arch as they make their way around. Oh, Windansky. Depends on the timing, but he could be the key to the round. Molotov's going to go down to just try and hold them off. The smoke extinguishes it. They know it's a play towards the A. Bombs at Jacob as well. Molly in. They're trying to batten down the hatches. They're ready for this push to come their way as they know it is going to be a very heavy hitter.
Flashes out, but no one peeks at it just yet. Look at the time here, 30 seconds left. Endpoint are forced to go for it.
Oh, Max with a double entry. That's incredible from Max. Max, the hat trick. What was that from Max? Just ripping everyone's heads off. Not even sure if he even found that third frag, but he's won the round single-handedly.
exceL shouldn't be losing that one. You have the man advantage. You know it's the A site. You have 4 players there. This is the thing, right? What more can exceL do? You get the first kill. You have a man advantage. You have perfect rotations from your CT side. You have 4 players there. You couldn't ask for a better scenario, and somehow, some way, Max defies all of it.
It was very, very interesting. Max just sublime entries as he rips his way through all of them. It's another round now for Endpoint. It's a shame as well because it was set up in a good manner. They were playing a very far back style CS. It was quite relaxed. exceL seemed to have some kind of a tactic in mind. Lazo got the early entry as well, but it just was not meant to be. Max
Oh, there he is. Look at that
chaffed.
grin. He's loving it.
Oh, here we go.
There it is.
From Max's POV as well. Oh, that is filthy.
Yeah, it's like a 360 Terminator there. Like a turret, essentially.
The Maxinator. It's like Terminator, but Max.
Cheers, mate. 12-11 now, 1 round advantage finally for Endpoint. As I said before, Jack, exceL, they win rounds in bunches, and they lose rounds in bunches. They win, what, 4 or 5 in a row, but now from 11 to 7, they've lost again, 5 in a row. When are they finally going to get rounds on the board?
Oh, it's convenient they deal things in bunches, mate, because they're stacking Banana.
There you go, mate. Hey, there you go. 2 for a pound. As the angle gets flashed off, it goes for the reface, but Imi's too fast this time. Keeping up with his performance, just as the smoke lands as well.
Jake wants to try and trade it back, or at least get some kind of info on what was occurring. Can grab the AWP and stay alive with the weapon. It's a very effective early entry, though.
From what we've seen so far, exceL are 5 away from closing it out. Can they go for another big momentum play and get over that hurdle at 16? Both teams have 10 points. They do have 10. They do secure 1 point each.
Normally I'd favour Boaster in this scenario, but Stanley is just incredible when it comes to getting these entries towards top Banana. Stanley! Just brutal stuff. Fasher as well. The smallest gap you've seen. I think a little bit of a tag actually through Stanley comes out there. He punishes them, and they get instant control towards that site. It's only Jacob left. He's got the AWP that he scavenged from when Lazar passed away. Can he hold on to it?
The late Lazar. Dead now, of course.
Of course.
12-11. It's going to go 13-11 here. It's going to be Jacob in the 1 versus 5. Of course, they've lost 3 in a row. 4 in a row. Sorry. No, what's it now? 5 in a row? No, it's going to be 6 after this one. Wow. So they will get the full...
Quick maths.
Exactly. They will get the full round loss bonus. So they can still afford the AWP just in case Jacob wants to give away his location. So they know now they know where to hunt him. And look at them.
Yeah.
Like, look at them. They've all just started running towards apartments. As it seems like he's giving away the signal.
Yeah, not too sure what's going on there. They're all
like vultures, aren't
they're
they?
converging on him. They're hunting him down.
Oh, no.
Let's see if they can actually
He's
overpower
realised
him.
what he's done now, hasn't he?
Jake a little bit terrified. He's a bit
Oh,
spooked.
dear. That's just something of a horror film. What is it? Shaun of the Dead, where they turn the lights on whenever.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what, in the pub?
No, what is it? He turns on the gambling machine. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Right, that makes more sense. I was going to say.
13-11. Round number 25, exceL. Gonna have another buy into this one. Let's see if they can finally get some, well, oomph behind their plays. Nades up towards top banana. Aggression as well. Lazar flash off the angle. He's not going to go for the reface this time. Gets dinked up as well. He's low. Actually not. Dinked through the wall. Still has 80 HP to play with, but then again, Endpoint securing top banana once again.
Top banana. But are they the top dogs as they make their play towards this bomb site? An abundance of flashes getting dumped out by exceL. Just unloading. But they will be holding close by as well. The smokes are down. They can try and go for this push. I mean, sight is clear. They're just playing essentially for the retake right now. And Flash has been able to cross. He has taken a ridiculous amount of damage in doing so, but he can be a nuisance now.
exceL playing retake towards the B site. Surely there's a trade kill. How on earth is that able to happen somehow, some way? When Dansky threads the needle, perfect timing there, gets the first kill. We could be seeing something here from exceL.
It's very possible. They got mid control on the side of Endpoint as they want to try and tiptoe their way around. But they don't have a fully armed unit here. They are down by one man. The rotate's coming back through as well. You can see Connor is there. Max though, popping heads once again. Max!
My.
Just incredible stuff on the entries. It's absolute lunacy the amount of damage this man can do.
This could be the end here. It's going to go 14 to 11. I think exceL are going to save, and they should do. If they save here, Jack, they can drop the weapons over. But this is going to be 7 rounds in a row now lost on their CT side, which is usually their strong point.
It's just ridiculous stuff there. What Max needs to, he's stepping up incredibly. That was a round where exceL could have actually got their grasp back. You know, they could have been able
100%.
to find their footing once again.
At the first kill, it seems like even though Max has got the most kills, he's definitely had the most impact.
Yeah. Or least kills, mate.
What, is he on the least kills?
Let's have a look.
I don't know. Can you press
Peter,
tab?
please.
Peter, please.
Oh, he is.
He is? Yeah, wow. There you go. Amy, of course, top dog this game.
21 frags for him there. He has been getting a couple of crisp opening kills for the AWP, to be fair.
Yep.
Good hold towards
Yeah,
Arch
yeah, yeah.
on CT side.
He's won the duels versus Ludzer as well. But then again, Luz has had some great impacts with the rifles, actually. If you remember the crazy, what was it, 2 versus 4 they had? Well, Luz had the incredible headshots towards the A site. Also, Luz on the pistol rounds as well, been very crisp. Well, these comms don't sound too lively, do they?
Everyone seems a little bit down the dumps here.
It's almost if they've accepted the loss already.
And we kill them when they come out top mid.
You can see Ross getting involved as well, obviously, with that tactical advantage. Him and Jake, the two that more predominantly want to bounce ideas off each other to refresh what they want to go for into this round.
We want them to come into mid. They're going to be come into our grass.
Interesting to get a bit of an insight there into the team's tactics.
What angle? What angle?
Expecting a play towards middle here from Endpoint. The question is he going to be calling that? Or are they going to go for a default? Are they actually going to be going anywhere near middle? So far, they've been very heavy towards B. When they go for their defaults, it's towards apartments and then into middle. The 2 rounds they've gone towards A. Mighty Max has basically killed everyone.
It's true. It's not even any really way you can counter that. You can't sort of put up a barrier against Max.
That's
if
good
he's gonna get
setups
those
as well.
entries,
He's just
yeah.
on 180s to kill them.
Yeah. Jump back into the action now, though. 1 round away from Endpoint, at the very least, securing themselves match point. exceL is now on Eversnods.
Round number 26 here. Endpoint 1 away from match point and 2 away from closing this one out with a 2-0 so far on the Elite Series. Both teams have a 10 points, which means they do both secure 1 point as a bare minimum. Aggression towards Banana here from Endpoint, but there's no players here. Sorry, from exceL, but there's no players from Endpoint towards Banana. Now they can leave Connor alone, and the rotation comes in. They can have 4 towards A once again.
It's a heavy setup on quad here as well. 3 players in close proximity, holding by quad. Imi went for the face on Arch as well. So they're going to be dubious about this. They're going to be expecting more players situated towards quad. He is trying to go for the contact face with support of Max and Co as well. But he's just going to dry face it. It's taken down. Boaster connects the headshots. This is when the sea of Endpoint players will swarm in. They're getting the frags now, Snods. It's going the way of Endpoint. Lazar on the side, already getting tagged down by Stanley before he's even seen him. Flasher eliminates Windansky, and Connor is trapped in a 1v4.
Has the kit and a flashbang, but that's about it here, Jack. Gets spotted out as well. Just going to be safe the M4 here. Had a chance of a dream of getting to overtime. But it's going to go 15 now for Endpoint. That match point, they have 4 more chances. The closest one out in regulation.
He's got to fall back. Got to save. Cash isn't going to be fantastic as well as we go through. And it's not going to be a great way to go into this final round, especially in terms of their confidence as well. They've taken a heavy hit. And as you said, they almost look complacent with the fact they've accepted defeat here. They know they can't bring it back.
We noticed that early on as well. Just in terms of their comms, it sounded so defeated. Last week, they lost to exceL on Cash. This week, it's looking like they're going to lose to Endpoint on Inferno. And this is a map where you saw what happened when the veto happened. Endpoint didn't look happy, and exceL were cheering. I say exceL. Boaster was cheering.
Yeah.
But right now, the only players that are going to be happy here are the ones in blue.
Oh.
What's up? What's up, mate?
This is interesting. So
Oh,
we've got
two
a couple
orbs.
setup, but they're
Well,
actually...
this should have been. This could have happened
Yeah.
earlier, right? One up towards A, one up towards the banana. Obviously, Endpoint have been flashing to banana and mollying it, so it would have been hard to get an impact. Boaster here this time with a good flashbang from middle will find the first.
Because the setup they've been running as well, we're not actually seeing Connor with a secondary AWP because him and Windansky play a site together right now. He's playing up close and personal. Windansky's there on the secondary AWP. Connor finds the entries with the M4, but Max trades it back. It's all up to Windansky now on the site to try and ward them off. Luckily, they haven't gone for the immediate face. Jacob's been given enough time to rotate in.
Molly comes out towards back box, exactly where Windansky was playing, but he has the backup here from Jacob. But then again, it's going to be a 2 versus 3 towards the B site as Jake. He's about to be tested. It goes through the CT smoke.
Ooh, they're going to try and push it through, but it's a bit staggered. Whoa! Flasher finds the one tap. That was incredibly crisp, but there's the response from Windansky. It's all on him now. Can he close it down? Surely this isn't the way that exceL get overpowered as he lands the tag. The Molotov forced him out of position. He's got 50 seconds in a 1 versus 3. No utility. It's all up to his raw individual skill.
Could try and save here. There's no, in hindsight, there's no real reason to give away the AWP for free. He might even throw it away at that point. Problem is, for exceL, they do have 2 already in play. Just going to be leaving Boaster alone towards the A side with a FAMAS. Imi still has 100 HP. Is it winnable, though? 1 versus 1 towards A.
If he finds this kill on Boaster, it's going to be a double AWP retake towards A, with 1 flash between all of them. Imi gets on the site, 13 seconds. He is going to go for the plant. Boaster hasn't been able to spot it out. Boaster will be aware of what's occurring now and try and jump face in. He's waiting for his teammates, it seems. He doesn't really want to go on his own, but Imi takes the fight towards him. It depends if he's ready for this, because this could really leave a sour taste in their mouths if he actually peeks into it. Flashbang goes down to just try and toy with him a little bit, give him a bit of disbelief about the play. Finds the first kill. There's Windansky falling. He's ready for more as well, just holding the angle. Expect them to push towards him. Wants to hear him tap that bomb first before he does anything foolish into this round. Lazar has the kit. He just has to hold it, and he will get the round.
15 to 12. exceL 3 away from forcing OT. But then again, they cannot make a mistake for 3 more rounds. Endpoint here, they have to keep their composure, keep calm, and carry on doing which was working for them. They won 8 in a row.
Yeah.
How often do you see that, especially on T-side Inferno as well? And the situation though, Fash is the player that was the catalyst to force it. Now he's on 17, nearly 20 kills, so I was giving him some hard time in the first half, but he's really been the player to open up and give chances for Endpoint to come back into this one, alongside of Max.
They can afford for the way that round to go as well, because you can see the reinvestment comes out. Imi back on the AWP. Obviously, the only damage they did was against exceL's economy. They were able to stabilize it a little bit, but there was a heavy buy back in from exceL into this round. Endpoint, they've got a lot of chances to, at the very least, try and push this one into OT.
Once again, double up setup here from Lazar. Aggression once more as well from Boaster. Goes again another time in towards apartments to get the first kill. Lazar on the angle as well, maybe faced here by Imi.
Oh, there's the peak with Lazar a little bit too quick. Seems weird that they were unsuspecting of Boaster's play towards apartments there as well. He's been going quite heavy a few rounds. There's been a lot more confidence-based aggressive plays from exceL in the previous few. So Yannick not really reading that. Oh, another kill from Lazar. It seemed like it might have been a collateral there as they lined up. But it is just Max and Stanley remaining in a 2 versus 5. Max straight through the fire. Had something to prove. Jacob, though, with a double. And exceL get the much-needed round.
This is getting too close for comfort now for Endpoint. Thankfully, though, they do have so much money in the bank after winning 8 rounds on the trot, so they can continuously buy up for the rest of what could be regulation if we do see overtime. 2 more chances now for Endpoint to finish the job. If this goes into OT, who knows, right? Early on, exceL looked great. They had the 11-7 advantage. Then Endpoint had a massive string of 8 rounds. Going into overtime, it's 50-50.
It's true. You can see how they've switched it up as well, going for the heavy 5-rifle setup. This could work quite well if they want to go for a fast style of CS. Been talking of fast style CS. Bolster and Luzzer push in. They go aggressive. Comes back to bite them immediately. Oh, Thatcher as well. Crisp as ever as he domes down Windansky.
You saw Windansky trying to force the issue. And now just leaves Connor alone towards the B side. Endpoint, no, there's only one towards B at a maximum. Smoke comes out. Connor maybe even forced to push the smoke. Actually going to be playing retake here. 4 versus 2. They should be 16 to 13 for Endpoint.
Connor.
Oh my god.
Down. Oh, finds the headshot. Denies the bomb plant from Stanley, interestingly enough. I mean, if the time would have been lower here, that could have been more impactful. But nevertheless, it's still a nice little play as he hopes to get more. It's a 2 versus 3 retake now as the bomb has eventually gone down. They have no real utility. It's a flash and a molly. It can help them slightly, but it isn't going to be that effective. They need to molly towards the backside now, see if they can force Max out of position. You can see that flashbang boiling down the clock as Connor gets the first kill, needs to push in. They have to go for it right now. It's now or never. Jacob as well. Going to walk in between a rock and a hard place. There's the opening kill from Thatcher. Yannick for the follow-up frag on Connor. They lock it down. Endpoint 16 of 13. Incredibly close stuff, but Endpoint claim victory.
exceL with a massive advantage there. Somehow, some way, they let it slip. Endpoint with a big string of rounds. 8 in a row. Faced with potential defeat there, Fasha opens up the round with a big CZ win, and there you have it. They're going to win it 16 to 13. Then again, though, was 13 rounds for exceL, which means they do get 1 point. Same as last week, though. What needs to change for week number 3?